Does internet porn know you're cheating on it?
Hey everyone, we got another one from Asmongold TV today. We're reacting to. Let's start it.
Japanese community stood their ground. Oh, this has been going on. This apparently was made in 2021, not the Japanese community and recent artwork drama. Yeah, so recently there's been a lot of drama with the Japanese community for basically what's happened is that a lot of Japanese artists are starting to kind of like push back and get frustrated about the fact that like a lot of Western people are trying to take their art and then turn it into something that it's not, right? So what's happened is that there's been a lot of people pushing back against like kind of characters that are turned into different races. And I think this has been happening for
Also, from what I remember, Ubisoft still hasn't even decided to change the collector's edition book. I think it was a flag that they stole. And they basically apologized and were like, nah, we're keeping it in.
For a while, but I feel like Japanese audiences are finally starting to realize it. And so you have a lot of characters, ain't no way they whitewashed her. And then, hi chat, I fixed it. So like they're basically going and changing the they're changing the gender, or sorry, not the gender, excuse me. I'll just watch the video. It's a 2-minute video. I didn't realize it was so short. I thought it was 10 minutes. Yeah, take a look at this. This has been going on. So apparently this whole thing is from 2021. It has nothing to do with this current outcome. But a lot of people in Japan have gotten kind of annoyed by people fixing art by changing the skin color of it. So yeah.
Alrighty, check this out. We've got this Japanese artist over on Twitter, BKUB_comic, who's also the creator of Pop Team Epic. And as you can see, they made this Splatoon art that got over 114,000 likes, but got a different sort of reaction from the perpetually angry, always bizarre, terminally online crowd on Twitter.
Yeah. Along
with crying about this, they also want to kill the guy over the
whitewashed her.
Oh, we
yeah.
really mean it. It's just a joke. Yeah. Like
I think we're gonna have to kill this guy. I'm gonna be real. I actually think the people that do this should be instantly permabanned. I actually think like any comment like this should be an instant permaban.
So it should be. Like, I saw those two pictures and I was like, okay, they're both still darker skin, I guess. I don't know. Who cares? Like, was I supposed to be upset at the left one or the right one? That was my initial thought. It doesn't click for most normal people. They see, if they were to see those two pictures out of context, they'd be like, okay, which is the original one? Which is the one people are upset about? It's hard to say these days.
Like, no questions asked, no what about anything, instant permaban, you're gone, no redeeming. I don't know why arrested too. Probably not arrested. It's not really worth people's legal control, legal money to do this. But it's a mental illness. Yeah, this is crazy. Of course, you shouldn't be able to say this. Is it okay to say send game threats over?
People say it because there's no consequences.
Threaten to kill anybody. That's the problem, right? Is you can't do it to anyone. It's actually really simple. They're going to learn today. They would immediately.
You can most of the time. Nothing happens to you, and that's the big issue.
Going and like mass reporting people with my community for typing stuff like this, because I think it's a huge problem that the internet has. That I don't think that people realize that comments like this do lead to some bad actors going out of their way and doing things in real life, and a lot of content creators have had very weird and bad experiences. Obviously, there's people that have been killed, like that Christina Grimmie girl, but like that's an extreme circumstance. But a lot of people have had like very weird, uncomfortable interactions with fans. And I think that comments like this enable that behavior in a way that is extremely fucking unhealthy, like massively fucking unhealthy. So it's like if there's no reason why somebody should be typing this. It's exactly the stalking, murdering, swatting. Yeah, well, it's not just that. Like, I don't know how many like streamers I know that have had to get restraining orders against people because these people won't respect their personal space. And I do think that comments like this do normalize that behavior in a way that's basically indefensible. They'll cry harassment. Well, then I will enjoy harassing them. How about that? Yeah, chat we on a little mass report adventure. Yeah, in my opinion, I think if you ever see somebody type something like this, you should be immediately fucking banned. It's not even a question.
It should be an automatic report to the police. Come on.
I think it's like we are going.
This stuff should be taken seriously.
It's like you're not hoping this guy dies of cancer, right? You're not hoping this guy crashes in, like into a tree and dies. Like you're actively soliciting people to commit violence.
Just violence, murder.
It's a meme format. Well,
it's not just assault. It's worse than assault.
So because something's a meme, is that okay? I don't think that it is. I really don't.
Your life. Hi, chat.
It's just a joke, bro.
What do we do? Yeah. Hop in a time machine and go back to 2020? Like, I can't believe people are still acting like this. So that's just a few of many examples. Unfortunately,
So, let me see. Yeah, he's gonna do it.
KUB, the artist, actually capitulated to these terminally online weirdos, which is obviously a bad move, but here's what he says. Regarding the content of this fan art, I received a response that this was racism against black people because the character's skin is depicted as lighter than in the original work. I also believe that if Lita were human, he would be black. Sorry, my coloring skills are poor, so it's not accurate.
Never make people like this happy, because if they're happy, they're just going to keep complaining.
However, other Japanese people were not having this apology, responding and saying things like, don't worry, they're doing it too.
It's always the same people that complain. They'll complain that you whitewash something, but then when you, I guess you call it blackwashing, they have no problem at all. They actually encourage it. So, typical hypocrites.
Yeah, exactly.
A response saying, this is clearly racism towards Japanese people and Japanese culture. The people who make those edits should really apply for a job over at Ubisoft. Another response saying,
well, yeah, exactly. This is what I saw, right? It's like it depends on the lighting and the character's color. Like, you guys know this. Like, if you know anybody with like dark skin, you'd know that a different lighting. Sometimes, and this is especially true with people that are like.
It doesn't matter what skin color you have. Even if you're white, you can look a completely different color in the right lighting. Like, there's very few people who are that pale that it makes no difference on the lighting. It's very rare to see someone who's one neutral color in pretty much all lighting. It doesn't really exist. I don't think I've met anyone where it's 100%.
Like Asian, who like basically never go outside. In a lot of types of lighting, they look like white people, and then in other lighting, they look like they have darker skin, like Asians usually do. Like, that's what happens. And so it's just what's really funny to me about this all the time is that in a lot of times where people do this, what they end up doing is they end up self-reporting that you actually don't have any friends that have dark skin tones, and you're just doing this to be performative to find something to complain about. Because if you did, you'd know that this is a natural outcome of lighting. Yeah, it's another self-report.
Hey, whitewashed Obama.
Just racists being racists and being proud of announcing it, not realizing what they're doing.
Racism against black people is a white person's problem, so don't drag unrelated Japanese people into it. If you want to do atonement, then do it between white people and black people.
Keep us out of it.
Octopuses have the ability to change the color of their bodies. Study National Geographic and try again. Once again.
I thought only a squid can change the color of their body, but I could be wrong. I really am not sure.
This is just a few examples of many, many Japanese people defending BKUB.
Both?
Oftentimes in the past, Japanese people seemed reluctant to defend each other in these sort of situations, but now it seems like many Japanese people are sick of these Twitter cops. And that's certainly the case outside of Japan as well. In this video, I mostly showcased responses from Japanese people. However, people from all across the world have largely been mocking the Twitter police. Now, let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. As always, thanks for tuning in, and if you enjoyed my brief coverage, consider liking and or subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one.
This was so funny to me. Like, I'm gonna be honest, I think this is so fucking funny that people are getting mad about this. And it's like
happening for years. At this point, it's just starting to get sad.
I'll link you guys the video. Like, it's a 2-minute video, but this has pretty much covered everything that I was gonna say. Yeah, give it a like and link it. Yeah, I can. I watch Hero High's videos all the time, especially recently. So make sure to give him some support. And I see this, and it's like, I think that people are just tired of being told what to do by people that self-identify as their mental illnesses, right? Like, I just don't want to be told what to do.
And these people that tell other people what to do, they never belong to the group that they're telling other people, like, how to treat that certain group. And most of the time, these people are actually 30-plus-year-old wine women with cats or something similar. Like, we all know the type. It's the Karens. And especially when it comes to, let's just say, these political subjects. That's usually who's behind this. Most people don't care.
Told what to think. I don't want to be judged. I don't want to be, talked down to. I just don't want to deal with that, right? I don't want to deal with the person telling me what to do. Like, it doesn't really matter, like, what the reasoning.
If we want to wear a fucking sombrero, we're gonna wear a fucking sombrero. And these women will be like, well, you can't wear that. That's offensive to Mexican people. And then you meet someone who's from Mexico, and they just embrace you. They give you a hug. They just accept you into your group. They don't care that you're wearing a sombrero. Who the fuck cares? These people are all crazy.
Like, whether you think that you're in the right or not, just stop telling me what to do, period. That's it. Don't tell me what to do. Don't tell me what to say unless I am breaking the law or threatening harm on somebody, like I said earlier. Just leave people the fuck alone, right? And 15 flags in.
These are the people who said Speedy Gonzalez was racist, and they got rid of him, and it's from the same group of people, the Mexicans, and they were riled up over the fact that it got canceled because they loved that character. They still love that character, and you can't even draw it anymore without pretty much having a huge mob come after you, or getting banned on Reddit, which doesn't take much, or, just going anywhere on any online platform and getting swarmed by these wine moms.
Their bio. As I said, the fucking the nightmare rotation of having the Palestine flag and the trans or the gay flag.
Yeah, that's especially funny.
I think that they should do something where every single person who has both of those flags in their bio gets permanently banned. Like,
they don't need to be banned. If they really support it, they'll go over there and they'll see what happens to people who identify like that. They aren't very welcoming.
I feel like it would just be doing everybody a favor. It's so dumb.
They would learn to appreciate what type of acceptance is over here in the West.
It's in the same way that Palestine is. It's just not the same thing. Yeah, they get a free trip to Palestine. Yeah,
people don't care what you do in the bedroom.
It's not, but these people have been.
Except for those people like in Palestine.
Why do they get all specific?
Then you better keep it to yourself.
A racist and need help. I have no idea, honestly. Yeah, I don't know. Ukraine fell off? Well, I don't think Ukraine fell off. I think
it's all virtual signaling. They know nothing about the rest of the world.
And Ukraine is they've even launched counterattacks into Russia. So Ukraine is doing quite well, I would say. And I think that honestly, things are going pretty much about as good as they possibly could go. Right? It's a weird take. Yeah, exactly. It's not really. I mean, it's bad for them for sure. Like, I don't want to act like the war is a good thing, okay? I'm just saying that Ukraine is fighting back in a way that I think nobody expected to see happen. I think so. And they'll receive a hero's welcome there. Well, I'm not sure. The Actman video from Bungie? No, I didn't see that. Ukraine is nationalistic and a racist country, and it supports Nazism. Yeah, well, when you find me some videos of Ukrainians,
if anyone remembers I want to say it was the American government, but I'm pretty sure it was our Canadian government, where they basically congratulated or awarded someone from the Ukraine, and they were clearly known Nazi, like an actual Nazi that signified as one. Tattoos, history, and just, you know, rallies, whole shebang, just straight up hardcore racists. Like real ones, not just being called one on the internet. And they paraded this person right in front of, it was either Parliament or Congress, depending on where it was, Canada or the States, but it was crazy.
Or killing a person for being gay, like they do in places like Palestine.
People do not understand the first thing about Ukraine.
Congruent. But until I find pictures and videos of that, I'm going to say that Palestine and trans rights, or Palestine and LGBT rights, these are two things that you can't support at the same time. You can't do it. It's so annoying. And I think that if you see a person that's doing that on Twitter, you know that they are a vapid, emotionally charged baby that puts no thought into anything that they say or do. And all they're doing is looking to have the right opinion about the current thing. That's all they're doing. People talking shit about Ukraine is a big self-report. Well, I understand, like, there are, like, complaints that people have about Ukraine. I think some of them are fair. But overall, I would say that Palestine is...
Anytime Ukraine is brought up, no one ever mentions what part of Ukraine. Are you talking about the West? Are you talking about the East? Like, those are hugely different parts of Ukraine before, during, and, well, there's not really after the war yet. But we'll see what happens. No one talks about all the things that the women have done during the Ukraine war. It's a mess. It's never 100% good guys versus bad guys. And let's just stop there. Shouldn't even talk about it. I don't know why Asmongold is getting such a rant about it. I think he got baited by one of the comments. It's a huge, deep spiraling hole.
Less aligned with us than Ukraine is.
Most Americans don't even know how their own politics are intertwined with the Ukraine war.
Pretty simple. So yeah, you could not want a genocide and also want rights for gay people? No, you can't. Because the people that want that you're like fighting against the genocide for would genocide gay people. No, you can't.
Spent hundreds, if not thousands of years doing it.
The ones that are going to, like, if they had their rights, they would be genociding gay people. So no, I'm not going to...
Sometimes when you give rights to some group of people or some person, that means someone else has to lose certain rights, or will lose it, rather. Because that person will do everything they can, now that they have the power to take away rights from other people. And you're seeing that all the time with these groups that prop up. Not necessarily the people they represent, but the groups that so-called represent those groups of people.
To create a genocide tier list. They're all bad.